tigers. They are also a stage for the drama of life and death in the wild. Recently, a tragedy unfolded involving a Bengal tigress named Riddhi, also known as T124. She was observed killing a tiger cub. The incident sent shockwaves through the conservation community. It reminded us of the harsh realities tigers face. Riddhi was slated for relocation. This was partly due to reports of the cub's death. The relocation was an attempt to manage the tiger population and reduce conflict within the park. However, fate intervened. Riddhi was spotted with a male tiger. This suggested a potential mating opportunity. The relocation was cancelled. The incident involving Riddhi and the cub is not an isolated one. It highlights the complex and often brutal nature of life for tigers in the wild. It also underscores the challenges faced by conservationists in managing these apex predators. The story of Riddhi is a reminder that the natural world operates on its own terms. It is a world where survival is paramount. We as humans must strive to understand these complexities as we work to protect these magnificent creatures. Ranthambore, with its mix of beauty and tragedy, serves as a poignant reminder of this delicate balance. The death of a tiger cub is always a tragedy. It forces us to confront the difficult realities of life and death in the wild. While the specific circumstances surrounding the cub's death in Ranthambore remain unclear, several factors could have contributed to this unfortunate event. One possibility is territorial dispute. Tigers are solitary creatures. They fiercely defend their territories, which are essential for hunting, mating, and raising cubs. A female tiger with cubs will be particularly aggressive in defending her territory against intruders, including other females. Another factor is the instinct to protect one's own offspring. A tigress might kill cubs that are not her own to ensure the survival of her bloodline. This behavior, known as infanticide, is not uncommon among large cats and other animal species. The presence of a new male in the area could also play a role. Male tigers sometimes kill unrelated cubs. This ensures that the females will come into heat sooner, allowing them to mate and father their own offspring. This behavior, while seemingly cruel, is a natural part of the tiger's reproductive strategy. The reasons behind tiger cub deaths are complex and varied. They are a stark reminder of the challenges these animals face in their struggle for survival. Understanding these complexities is crucial for effective conservation efforts. It allows us to better manage tiger populations and mitigate human-wildlife conflict. The tragic death of the tiger cub in Ranthambore is not an isolated incident. Similar events have been reported from different parts of the world. These cases highlight the various threats facing tiger populations globally. In 2016, the world was shocked by the discovery of 40 deceased tiger cubs at the Tiger Temple in Thailand. The temple, which had long been a popular tourist destination, was suspected of wildlife trafficking and illegal breeding. The cub deaths exposed the dark underbelly of the illegal wildlife trade. It showed the cruel exploitation of tigers for profit. Another tragic incident occurred at the Lahore Zoo in Pakistan in 2021. 2 white tiger cubs died, likely due to a combination of COVID-19 and a bacterial infection. The deaths sparked outrage and raised concerns about the zoo's conditions and animal care practices. These cases highlight the multifaceted threats to tiger conservation. They range from habitat loss and poaching to disease and human negligence. They serve as a stark reminder of the urgent need for stronger conservation efforts to protect these magnificent creatures from extinction. The death of a tiger cub, while heartbreaking, is a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of life in the wild. Survival is a constant struggle. It is a delicate balance between predator and prey, between competition and cooperation. Tigers, as apex predators, sit at the top of the food chain, but their position is not one of privilege. It is one of constant pressure. They must hunt to survive, and their prey is often scarce and elusive. A tiger can go days without a meal. When it does make a kill, it must defend its prize from scavengers and other predators, including other tigers. Cubs, being vulnerable, are particularly susceptible to the dangers of the wild. They're dependent on their mothers for food and protection for the first 2 years of their lives. During this time, they are at risk from predators, disease, and even other tigers. The survival rate for tiger cubs is low. Only about half of them make it to adulthood. Those that do survive face a life of constant challenges, but they are also equipped with the skills and instincts necessary to navigate this harsh reality. They are the embodiment of resilience and adaptability. Section 5. Competition and conflict, the struggle for resources. The forests and grasslands that tigers call home are shrinking. This forces tigers into closer proximity with each other and with humans. This proximity inevitably leads to increased competition for resources. It heightens the potential for conflict. Tigers are solitary animals. They require large territories to meet their needs for hunting, mating, and raising cubs. As their habitat shrinks, these territories overlap, leading to increased encounters between tigers. These encounters can be aggressive, particularly between males competing for mates or territory. The presence of humans further complicates the situation. People and tigers often compete for the same resources, such as water, prey, and space. This competition can result in human-wildlife conflict. It can manifest as livestock depredation, crop raiding, and even attacks on humans. The shrinking space for tigers is a major concern for their long-term survival. It is crucial to address the root causes of habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict to ensure the future of these iconic animals. Section 6. Infanticide, a darker side of nature's equation. The killing of a tiger cub by another tiger, while disturbing, is a phenomenon observed in nature. Known as infanticide, this behavior, though seemingly cruel, is often driven by evolutionary pressures. It serves a purpose in the survival of the species. Male tigers in particular are known to practice infanticide. A male tiger might kill cubs fathered by another male. This brings the mother back into estrus, allowing him to mate with her and sire his own offspring. This behavior ensures that his genes are passed on to the next generation. Infanticide can also occur between females. A tigress might kill the cubs of a rival female to eliminate competition for resources and secure a better chance of survival for her own cubs. While infanticide might seem harsh, it is a natural process that has evolved over millennia. It plays a role in regulating tiger populations. It ensures the survival of the fittest individuals. Section 7. The shadow of man-human impact on tiger populations. The plight of tigers is inextricably linked to human actions. Human activities, particularly habitat loss, poaching, and climate change, pose significant threats to tiger populations worldwide. Habitat loss is arguably the most pressing threat. Forests and grasslands are being converted to agricultural land, settlements, and infrastructure at an alarming rate. This leaves tigers with less space to roam, hunt, and raise their young. Poaching is another major threat. Tigers are hunted for their skins, bones, and other body parts, which are highly valued in some cultures for traditional medicine and as status symbols. The illegal wildlife trade continues to drive the demand for tiger parts, fueling poaching and pushing tigers closer to extinction. Climate change exacerbates these threats, altering weather patterns, increasing the frequency and intensity of extreme events, and threatening the delicate balance of ecosystems that tigers depend on. Section 8. Conservation challenges, protecting a fragile future. The conservation of tigers is a complex and multifaceted challenge. It requires a multi-pronged approach that addresses the various threats these animals face. Protecting and restoring tiger habitats is crucial. This involves establishing and managing protected areas, restoring degraded habitats, and promoting sustainable land use practices that minimize human-wildlife conflict. Combating poaching and the illegal wildlife trade is paramount. This requires strengthening law enforcement. Increasing penalties for wildlife crimes, and tackling the demand for tiger parts through education and awareness campaigns. Addressing human-wildlife conflict is essential for the long-term coexistence of tigers and humans. This involves implementing measures such as livestock insurance schemes, community-based conservation programs, and innovative approaches to reduce encounters between tigers and humans. Section 9. Understanding the wild, a key to coexistence. The tragedy of the tiger cub in Ranthambore serves as a poignant reminder of the complex and often harsh realities of life in the wild. It highlights the need for us as humans to approach conservation with humility and a deep understanding of the natural world. We must strive to understand the motivations behind animal behavior, even when it seems cruel or senseless. We must recognize that our actions have consequences for the natural world. We must learn to coexist with wildlife, sharing space and resources in a way that ensures the survival of all species. The future of tigers, and indeed all wildlife, depends on our willingness to acknowledge our interconnectedness with nature. It hinges on our commitment to conservation, to protecting habitats, to combating poaching, and to finding ways to live in harmony with the wild. The story of Riddy and the cub is a call to action, a reminder that the fate of these magnificent creatures is in our hands.